Good morning, YouTubers. Mike Martins here with the Mike Martins channel. Yeah, I got to a razor, got time to shave and get all cleaned up. Tonight, guys, don't forget to join me for Trends in the Housing Market, where it's never a dull moment talking about real estate with Mike Martins. Anyways, guys, what's going on, man? Weather's gorgeous. It is 17 Celsius outside. It's just perfect, but it's a bit windy this morning, but that's okay. I can handle the wind, especially when it's a warm breeze like this. Oh, man. All right, guys, what do I want to talk about this morning? Well, I get quite a few people asking, like, men, Mike, when do you know when you find marriage material? What is marriage material anymore? My girl never stops complaining. What do I do? The thing is, guys, I don't know what it is, but my wife, and the reason why I jumped at the chance to marry her the second after a week being with her, I said, I have to marry this girl. You know, a guy knows when a girl is, you know what I'm saying? What I notice with women, and I see it happen a lot, is they always look for something better. And they don't actually look and sit and, like, I'm just saying from my experience from seeing, not a lot of girls, but girls, some girls, they always want the better. They always hang on for better, right? And a lot of girls get into their late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s. They're still beautiful and sexy and all, but it's just, it starts getting to a point where they start realizing that a lot of the best guys, you know how that saying that women say, we're all the good guys, where are they? You know, we're like, you know, there are a lot of good guys out there. There were a lot of good guys too, because a lot of them just get married and taken up and you know. So how do you know? The thing is, with my wife, is very different. She grew up under the whole machismo in the Philippines. Her dad is a police chief, retired police chief now, in the Philippines, and he basically, she grew up under that whole machismo, where the male chauvinism, and her dad basically told her, you got to listen to what your husband tells you and blah 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 and stuff like that, right? And she's always followed those rules. So I was lucky. I married an old school girl, a girl that slept on the dirt floor for I don't know how many years of her life with no bed sheets. You know, just slept on the floor because it's a different standard of living, a different arrangement, right? Then when I met her, and she's working as a nanny, raising an entire family in this big mansion in Vancouver. Huge mansion. Like 14, 15 bedrooms, 11 bath, and she maintained that whole house, up top to bottom, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all the laundry. She took care of everything. And when I met this woman, I said, man, you know what? She's a career woman because she's a nurse. She's a registered nurse too. My wife is a registered nurse in Taiwan and a caregiver. So she's backed up. And then when I met her, and then we started dating, and then she really liked me, and she really took to me like a lot. And I'm like, wow, this girl really likes me. It's like, I haven't met a girl that really liked me in a long years. I was single in Vancouver for so many years. I went on Plenty of Fish. I went on, I don't think Tinder was out then, but it was Plenty of Fish. I went on every dating app possible. My handicap is basically I'm short. I'm only 5'6.5", maybe 5'7", and that's a huge handicap when you're looking for a girl in a Western country. Women like their men nice and tall, right? Lanky, tall, white guys. And people would say, "Oh, go date a Chinese girl, you know, like a 4'3" or something." Like, they want tall, lanky, white guys to tower over them. They don't want a 5'7" little SHI. You know what I mean? A little SHI like me, right? So, no problem. So, but when I met my wife, I was kind of almost like wondering, why does this girl want to be with, like, what, you know? And I was kind of, does she know what she's getting into with me? Like, you know, I don't really do anything, like, when it comes to house stuff, right?
Right up here?
Extra large, dark roast coffee with 1 cream.
Sure. Did you want to add espresso to that?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
You did your best.
Thank you. So I'm not one of those guys like that. No, like I mean, I lived alone, so I did do my own cooking, but I wasn't cooking gourmet food. Man, I'd make some Cuban food. I lived in Cuba for 6 months, right? And in Mexican food, I lived in Mexico for 2 years, so I kind of made different foods my own. I kind of cooked if I had to, type of thing. But one thing that always had me down was I thought something was wrong with me, right? For the longest time. And hi. Tap. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. So, just kind of throwing that out there, like. So, when do you know a woman's marriage material? And it's very simple, and I said this before, guys. I've already made several videos about this, It's, you have to find a woman that could put up with your crap. Plain and simple. That's it. You're not going to change a woman. A woman's not going to change a man. Plain and simple. Done. You're never going to change somebody. And if you think if you think you could, look at Marge Simpson. In one of the episodes of The Simpsons, she says, yes, with much hard work, she says to Lisa, with lots of hard work and many years of talking and debating and lots of medication, you could change any man. And yeah, I mean, is it for the worse? Because when you're not yourself, you don't think like yourself, right? Or you don't think for yourself either. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think of on topic here with what I'm talking about. When does a guy know their marriage material? When a girl can put up with your crap. When a girl jokes about something she doesn't like instead of picking at it. Man, my ex-wife would wake up pissed off, go to bed pissed off, always be pissed off about everything, never happy about anything. It's like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this whole arrangement. It's not working. You know what I'm saying? And then one day she picked up her stuff and left. I was so happy. And then a month later she calls and wants to come back. I'm like, no, stay where you are. Don't come back here. You know what I'm saying? I was so happy. Right after she left me, my business took off. Everything took off. Why? Because I wasn't getting the interference I was getting. My business exploded. I went from making $23,000 a month to $70,000, $80,000 a month. Why? Because the interference wasn't there anymore. It was gone. It's all gone, the interference. And man, did I sleep well. Woof! 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 Slept so good. It's like life was just a bliss. Being single was good. I went out to salsa clubs because I know how to salsa dance, merengue, bachata. Remember, I lived in Miami for 5 years, and just have a good time. But every time I go to a club, I speak Spanish. Oye, ¿cómo estás? Mira, vamos a bailar un ratito aquí. Whatever we talk, and vamos a comer algo. This, that. After you want to go maybe for a coffee sometime, No. It's like, no, I noticed that women especially in the city of Vancouver, Miami was different. Miami is, hey, Lupe, Maria, ¿cómo estás? There's that girl's calling every 5 minutes. Hey, Mike, ¿cómo estás? What are you doing? It's like, it's different. But here in Vancouver, holy crap. It was like, oh, you're too short. I go to clubs. You get these, like, women, like a lot of Asian women, mainly from China, like falling over guys at the bar that they like, falling over them, trying to get their attention, and just falling into guys and stuff, and it's like, hi, you want to dance? It's like, no. It's like, okay. So it's like, that's how it is, guys. Do not, I'm not saying not to chase after, but when you start realizing that, or you're in a relationship, you start realizing that it's nothing but arguing and complaining, and yeah, we can work through it. We've been through rough patches. You know how many rough patches I've been through with my wife? Like 2. 1 maybe. Okay, 2. We couldn't agree on something with the color on a room or something, but that's it. I don't argue with my wife. When she's mad at me, she just ignores me for a couple hours. I leave her alone. Done. We don't even talk about it. Then everything is fine. We're happy, but there's nothing that I do out of the ordinary that's going to make somebody be like, what did you just do? But when I was with my ex-wife, I did the littlest thing. It was the biggest lecture I would get. It's like, you know what? No way, man. So when do you know a woman's marriage material? When she could put up with your crap. And that's it. That's just how it works. Too many upset people, Too many people like wanting to live this fabricated dream that they thought they were going to get. Too many women wanting to live this Hollywood life and stuff, and yeah, they're very, very mistaken. You know, a lot of women are losing. Not a lot. There's a lot of good women out there. Believe me, there is. You know, look, I found my wife. Like, Plenty of Fish works, but you can't use it for locally. I just used Plenty of Fish, and I was talking to girls from the Philippines, right? I was talking to girls from overseas. Plenty of Fish? Oh yeah, it works. But again, like I said, you need to basically use the tools that those websites have to let you look for international women, period. Alright, I'm not going to fit in this spot. That's not going to happen. This spot's too narrow. There's a spot here. Someone's probably going to take it. There's no spots here. I never get a spot in front of my store. Everybody parks in front of my store and then goes to the gym across the street. Even though the gym has like 40 parking spots in the back, nobody parks back there because their car is going to get broken into. So they park in front of my store. And it's kind of a buzzkill, you know, when you come into work. And then my customers have nowhere to park because there's just nowhere to park. So it's kind of, wow, this spot's super tight too. It's kind of a huge buzzkill when there's nowhere to park on your own street. All right, I'll park behind the store again. It's probably a party back there like usual. Somebody probably ODing, big parties. See if there's a party. No party. Surprising. Wow, surprising. No party back here today. It's usually like a huge gathering back here at the shop. I'll show you what it looks like. Big parties back here because since they put up this fence here next door, they've been using this little area as a little common ground to hang out and have a few parties and stuff. Parties are good, you know, don't get me wrong. Anyways, comment below, let me know.